Hello, you're listening to ReedyGeeks, a Walt Disney World podcast. My name is Andrew, and I'm joined today by Disneyland Paris travel agent Sean.
I've never been there, so
He's going to get you there, though. He's going to get anyone from America to Paris. That's his job.
He knows all the best resorts.
And that voice is Deadly Roller Coaster Tycoon proprietor JJ.
Look, if you're not, running those test dummies out there and you're just hitting the green light after you build your track, that's on you.
Were you one of those people that would always purposely make it crash?
No, I took it way too seriously. I took that game way too seriously. I replayed that game in 2019. It came out on the iPad, and I played it for a month straight.
Did it still hold up?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it always does. The nicknames you give are on The Price is Right, when there's the two showdowns at the end, and one of them is just insanely the worst thing you could never possibly want, and then it's a trip to Bora Bora, and and then the first one is new lawn furniture.
It's a washer dryer,
right? A washer dryer combo, and they pass, and then they're oh well, your next is a trip to Fiji. It's oh, that's so much better.
Are you feeling you're not getting as good names?
No, I feel I'm getting a washer dryer of a nickname. So,
well, if you have some good nickname ideas, especially for Sean, please write us at ReedyGeeks@gmail.com. In today's episode, we break down our Myspace top 8 pools at Walt Disney World. Nothing speaks to our age more than having to anxiously select our Myspace top 8 friends, or in this case, Disney World pools. Over the years, Disney Resort pools have evolved alongside the resorts themselves. Early pools were simple, family-friendly, reflecting the straightforward charm of the original resorts. Later generations introduced more ambitious designs, incorporating immersive theming, interactive features, and spaces that became attractions in their own right. In a previous episode, our guest Becky Gandillan, the author of The Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World, shared that over half of the preschoolers actually list pool as their favorite attraction at Walt Disney World. This led us to think, what would be the Geeks' Myspace top 8 feature pools? Today, we're counting down our personal picks, pools that earned a permanent spot in our Disney World rankings. So let's dive deep.
Boo.
Boo this man.
So let's dive into the deep end, and hopefully we don't make waves.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, gosh. I'm glad we didn't get historical context on the history of the pool, though. So,
in the 1800s, the pool was invented
by Robert M. Poole.
All right. So we have created our list of Myspace top 8 Disney World pools, and then we focused on feature pools, the best pools at Walt Disney World.
The best of the best.
According to the Geeks.
It's getting cold up in the Northeast, so we're trying to think summer. We're trying to think warm.
Yeah, we need those warm pool vibes.
Yeah, this is a bit of wishful thinking that we could go into these pools. But also, we could use this as maybe we should table this discussion, guys, and go down and try all these pools first.
One long trip?
Yeah, if we left right now, we could have a long weekend.
You think the Reedy Geeks have it in our budget for 8 nights at all these resorts?
Oh, you wouldn't pool hop?
Are you even allowed to pool hop?
You're not even allowed to.
You used to be able to back in the day. Oh wait, you're DVC. I think you can pool hop.
So I can pool hop some resorts. It is a thing. All right. So we're going to share with you our Myspace top 8. And of course, we do this in Myspace fashion of having a top 8, not only to show our age, but also because it is just more difficult to pick out 8 instead of 10. 10 is taking the easy route. 8 is is the more challenging number to whittle down to.
With how often you say the word MySpace, you would think that we're getting paid by MySpace to advertise for MySpace.
I'm getting paid by Tom.
So we're going to start first off with our honorable mentions. JJ, why don't you tell us your honorable mention?
So my honorable mention is going to be the dig site, the lost city of Cibolo, the pool at Coronado Springs. This is a very impressive pyramid there, and I believe the longest water slide on property, the Jaguar water slide, with a jaguar statue along the path, which is, my wife reminded me, one of the few things that she remembered from her trip when she was 5, that she stayed at Coronado Springs, and there was a jaguar at the pool.
Was she scared of it?
No, she thought it was cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think the space around it is beautiful. Coronado Springs is a beautiful resort. And there's a pool bar right on site. A lot of stuff to do in that area, volleyball courts and all sorts of things. However, I believe for me, why this, may have fallen short is that outside of the water slide and the pyramid, it kind of just looks like a regular pool. If you can separate that one angle, it still kind of looks like a regular pool, and not like some of these other places are so crazy and special that I think it's just a hair underneath the rest of these.
Yeah, I agree. Sean, how about your honorable mention?
Mine is going to be the Big Blue Pool at Disney's Art of Animation Resort. But I think Art of Animation is I would say pretty easily the premier value resort. I think it has the best pool. It's got some fun theming. It's got Finding Nemo theme. It's pretty big. I believe Art of Animation has a couple of other satellite pools.
Yes.
The way that Pop Century also does. But when I think of the Hippy Dippy pool at Pop Century, I think of just 500 kids running around and screaming around that pool, and it's just like flashbacks and but it's very similar at Art of Animation because it's a family value resort, but I feel like the pool is a lot nicer, there's more space for people to kind of spread out, and it just feels like a more a nicer environment. Plus it's fenced. I think it's a very good pool, and certainly one worthy of mentioning, but maybe not among the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely the gem of the values. I completely agree. They also, underwater, I believe they pump music in.
They do,
when you
yep.
go underwater, you can hear music, which is a fun thing. Very, and kind of a kid thing, right? There's little splash areas and stuff. And the theming, the fact that it's a Finding Nemo themed pool and it's really well themed, is extremely impressive, especially for a value resort. So,
yeah,
if we were doing this and gearing it towards families, this is probably higher.
It's true. Yeah.
Well, my honorable mention brings us all the way to the boardwalk. And no, it's not the creepy clown version.
Creepy clown.
It's so funny. Now that it's gone, I kind of miss it. I really wish it was still there. I've had a room that overlooked the creepy clown, and it was, at first I thought this is ridiculous. I can't believe they still have it. But now I kind of wish it was there. Don't you not like clowns? I don't like clowns.
Nightmare fuel.
It is. Yeah. No, it's not that pool though. There is another pool close by. It's on the path to if you're walking from Boardwalk or from Epcot to Hollywood Studios. Along the river there's a pool back there. It is the DVC quiet pool for the boardwalk. And this is probably me and Emily's one of our favorite pools to go to because it has so much shade, and not just, with umbrellas, like artificial shade, but natural shade. There's trees and it's all naturally covered. So there's a little bit more actual coverage, full coverage. There's no one ever in there. It's beautiful. It has 2 huge planters when you walk down into the pool. But one of the best things about it is that it has a community room, a community house there. And a lot of DVC, actually, I'm sorry, not many DVC resorts anymore have these. But at first, when DVC was first created, they first started making DVC resorts, they would make the pool area have this like community hall where it would be staffed by cast members and you would do little activities in there. You would have games. They have video games in there. They have pool tables. They have foosball. They'll do tie-dye there. There's bathrooms there. Even more important, right? So we really like it. I think it's the downside to it though is that there's no bar, there's no food. You have to walk all the way to the main pool in order to get any of that. But beyond that, I really like being left alone. I'm a big quiet pool person. You know, if it has a lifeguard, it's a little too much of a busy pool for me. That's my criteria there. On a side note, guys, you could bring things into the pool, like drinks.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Whoa!
You think even the little coffee cups from the room you could bring?
Yeah,
yeah.
Or Yetis. You know, bring in your Yeti in there.
That's what everyone wants is a Yeti full of bourbon at the pool.
I didn't say that's what it was in there. I never touched the stuff.
I do.
All right, well, JJ, why don't you start off our official list? Now that we've gotten through our honorable mentions, how about our official list?
All right. I'm going to take you to one of the most transportive resorts in all of Disney World. We're going to go to the Animal Kingdom Lodge, specifically the Kidani Village pool. So that's Samawati. The reason why this pool was picked is that, you know, it has all of the features that make a pool great. 0 entry, a water slide, there's a pool bar, which is like actually has good food, but maybe even most importantly to this area, well, there's a kids area, so there's somewhere for the kids to go. So it's a little bit more private than the Jumbo House pool because Animal Kingdom Lodge has the 2 areas. There's 2 feature pools. But what's most important about this place is that there are savanna views from the pool bar area.
Pretty cool.
So you can see animals while you're out in the pool on your resort pool day. So it's just really magical in a way that only Animal Kingdom Lodge can deliver.
Yeah, I do like this pool a lot. You know, we've visited there like once or twice. One cool thing is the cast members that are international cast members are a lot of times hanging out there and will, you know, they have a scavenger hunt that you can do and where you learn a lot about where they come from. These cast members are all from the continent of Africa, so it's interesting. And it's a huge, like you said, a huge splash pad. That food there, too, I believe that is the only quick service at Kidani. That's the only place to get. I don't think you can get.
Yes, but sort of. I believe in the mornings, one of the sit-down restaurants does quick service breakfast.
Sanaa.
Yes, I believe that does quick service breakfast in the morning.
Because it's only this place in Sanaa that have food in general. Kidani. Yeah. And I'm glad we picked this one and not the other pool, the Jumbo pool. It's big. It's huge.
Yeah.
But it's the only other pool there, and it's just so crowded.
Congratulations, Samawati. You made the list.
Thank you, JJ. I'll take it next. For the next pool, we're heading. Let's see. I want to do the transportation to all these places, right? So for the next pool, we're getting on a bus going to Hollywood Studios, then getting on the Skyliner, the 6th best ride in Walt Disney World, and heading over to the Caribbean Beach Resort. And we're going to the guys.
Fuentes del Moro.
Fuentes del Moro pool.
If you want to be accurate, that's a double R. So
yeah, you got to roll your tongue.
You gotta roll it a little bit.
Listen, I think we should just be happy with what we got. You know what I mean? You get what you get, and you don't ask for more.
I'm not asking for more. I'm asking for Moro.
Moro.
Cool. Oh God.
Great
job. Well, this is a really nice pool. I think this is one of our better pools for moderate resorts too. Although we might have another one coming up on the list. Who knows? We don't know the list yet. But this is a pretty good pool. It's pretty big too. The theme of this pool is that it's a Spanish fortress themed, very highly immersive. It's got water cannons on the side for kids to go to and kind of squirt water out of them into the pool. It has 2 slides.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 water slides. So I don't know. Is there another pool that has 2 water slides?
Does Riviera have 2?
I don't think so. Well, is the second water slide for this a baby slide?
Kitty, the little baby slide?
Yeah. I was going to say the paddock pool at Saratoga technically has 2 slides, but one is a separate. There's a small slide on like what I would consider like a splash pad, but
all right, so it's not a full size slide, but still, 2 slides is pretty nice. There's 2 12-person hot tubs, which is very good for the adults.
And great for that Florida heat.
I'm never too, for me it's never too hot for a hot tub. I can always go into a hot tub. I want no part whatsoever of being in a hot tub with 12 other strangers though. So that actually sounds horrible to me. I would want a much smaller hot tub where like it feels like if there's 3 people in it, it feels like it's too much. But a 12-person hot tub sounds, oh God, no.
I don't think I would ever go in any hot tub that is reaching its maximum, right? Because then I think I would just feel like, oh, this is kind of like too many people in here.
I'm in a soup.
Yeah, right. But if it's a small hot tub and there's 4 people in it, and it's only supposed to be 4 people, I'm not going in there. But if there's a 12-person hot tub and there's 4 people in it, I think,
well, yes, sure. But you advertise it as like if being for 12 people is a great thing, and I'm like that. I want no part of that.
Right. Like I'm definitely not going to be number 24. Right.
Definitely not our dino. Go.
So they've got poolside activities, a 0 entry design. Right. So that's always nice.
That's always a plus. Yeah.
And I do really enjoy that it is very close to the lobby and to food and drinks.
Yes. And Banana Cabana.
The Banana Cabana, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the Center Market quick service location.
It's a really great location. But if you're talking about why is this as low as it is on the list, it's crowded. It's a kid's pool. Like we are not the target demographic for this pool at all.
Right.
This is maybe like one of the most like loud kid pools that there is.
Right. And it's at one location. I think just the nature of the Caribbean beach resort in general, where everything is so spread out. Like if you want to have a pool day and you're all the way over by the Riviera, it's a long walk.
You're going to make a day. You're going to make a few hours out of going to that feature pool.
Right. Okay. So Sean, why don't you bring us to number 6?
Number 6 on our list, I think, is a fitting space for this pool to land. It's my personal favorite pool. It's not the best pool, and I'm old and mature enough to acknowledge that. A pool I didn't know what the name of it was until we put this list together today, and that is Doubloon Lagoon.
10 out of 10 name.
Great name.
Doubloon Lagoon? Are you kidding?
Doubloon Lagoon at Port Orleans French Quarter. My personal favorite resort. I stayed here as a kid, and I countless laps down the Serpent Tongue slide, which is I think the best slide in Disney World.
He has a name. It's Scales. That's
is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you have King. You have your King Triton riding the serpent, and you go down the tongue into the pool, and it's a moderate resort that has a great pool, which I don't think those things always come hand in hand. It's a fairly large pool, and this isn't necessarily a knock against the pool itself, but Port Orleans French Quarter is a fairly large resort. This is the only pool at Port Orleans French Quarter where The neighboring Riverside Resort, Port Orleans Riverside, has 6 pools.
That's a much larger resort.
Larger resort. They have their main pool, and then there's like 5 satellite pools in the smaller areas. But Doubloon Lagoon, a good big pool, big enough that you don't really feel like it's ever too crowded. I've stayed at this hotel a couple times, so I've been at the pool, to really have some experience there. And it's right next to one of my favorite bars in Disney World, Mardi Gras, the Port Orleans pool bar. There is a hot tub. It's definitely not a 12-person hot tub. But it's also, like we were saying with the Caribbean Beach Pool, it's right off the main building. Happy to have it make the list, and I think a good spot for it to land.
Yeah.
Bringing up the pool bar is key. That's a great bar right there.
Yeah, and it's got a splash area for the kids. It's got a bar for dad. It's kind of it does its job well.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's condensed, right? It's a small, it's a smaller pool. It's on the smaller side, but the fact that everything is right there is so convenient, so nice.
Yep.
Yeah. So what are we at? Number 5?
Yeah, JJ, why don't you tell us about number 5?
Okay, so number 5, we're going to Andrew's Home Resort, Saratoga Springs, for the High Rock Spring Pool. Since this is Andrew's Home Resort, I'm actually just going to feed it over to him to tell us all about the pool.
All right. Well, this is the first feature pool that was built at Saratoga Springs. So something about Saratoga Springs is that it is a huge resort, and it has many different neighborhoods. And there are several pools at the Saratoga Springs Resort. So much so, though, that they built a second feature pool at the Paddock. So this is the first one. It's located near the Carriage House, which is the check-in area. That's like the main lobby. It has a small waterfall. It's kind of cool, actually, with the water starts up this hill where the lobby is, and it kind of trickles down all the way into the pool. Something similar to what another pool on our list in the future does as well. It has a 0 entry area, 2 whirlpools. It has a 128-foot long slide, so a pretty decent sized slide, which is really nice. Their pool bar is called the On the Rocks Pool Bar.
Great name.
Yeah, great name. The only downside with this pool bar, though, is that it's just light snacks. Like it's not anything that you can get that's like hot and like a meal.
The larger pool has full food bar.
The one
Paddock,
at the Paddock
pool. Yeah.
The Paddock pool has is also a feature pool, has a longer slide, actually 146 feet. I remember being there. One of the lifeguards told us, or one of the security or someone told us that it was the longest pool at any DVC resort. But I don't know if that's necessarily
It's a huge
true.
Pool.
I'm sorry, the longest slide. I meant the longest slide.
The slide is. Have you ever seen? I don't know if this is old enough to be Vine or if it's TikTok. The video of like the cop that goes down the slide and comes out the bottom of the slide, just like at 100 miles an hour.
Yes,
this slide is like that. I went down this slide and I was trying to grip onto something for dear life and go just whipping around the turns on this slide. It's a good one.
Yeah, that pool slide is definitely better than the High Rock Springs pool. The reason I think we chose the High Rock Springs pool, mainly because it's the original one, but it also has some great rock formations. It's better themed than the Paddock.
Yeah, it's more immersive looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
That other pool is just a pool.
Yeah.
There's also a little splash area with Donald Duck, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And what's nice is that because there's the Paddock pool, it's not as crowded as it would be.
Yep.
Yeah. I was gonna mention this pool earlier. I think that the Paddock pool being having more to offer in terms of amenities draws more people earlier in the day, whereas I think this pool is a little less crowded in the early hours of the day. So it might be the better choice if you want to have an earlier pool day with the kids, earlier in the earlier part of the morning, late morning, this might be less crowded because everyone's trying to get a spot over at the paddock pool to get lunch, to get drinks, and this may be a little bit, even though it's right there near the front desk, it might be a little more of an overlooked area.
And Saratoga is a sprawling resort, so if you have a feature pool close to you, you're going to go to the one that's closest to you.
Yeah.
I think I'll take one of those newfangled trolleys down to the drugstore soda fountain and meet the boys for a cold sarsaparilla.
I'm going to take us to number 4, which is at the Wilderness Lodge Resort, the Copper Creek Springs Pool. And this is the original pool of Wilderness Lodge, which is actually not named after Copper Creek, the DVC resort. It was originally called Copper Creek Springs Pool. So
yes, because it is named after Copper Creek, which is of course the stream that runs through the lobby.
Right. So this is a very cool water feature of Wilderness Lodge, where there's a spring technically inside the resort, and it creates a stream, and the stream goes out of the building down a rock formation, and what looks like it ends in the pool. Now, it doesn't actually go into the pool. That wouldn't really be sanitary, but the illusion of it is pretty cool. It looks like that stream is feeding into the pool, and then if you go on to the other side of the pool, they pick it up. It's picked up at the end of the pool, and it looks like it's funneling down into the lake, which is pretty cool. We got some great rock formations here too. That seems to be high on our list, the Geeks list of what makes it onto the pool list. The slide here is I don't want to say like legendary, but at least in the Shopee household, I mean, we would ride our bikes from Fort Wilderness all the way to the Wilderness Lodge. It used to be a pretty easy bike path there, and talk about go pool hopping when you're not supposed to. Actually, I think back then
you were allowed to pool hop back then.
Yeah,
that's a rule that got taken away at some point.
I think it got taken away with the Yacht and Beach Club, and then they said, you know what, we can't allow this anymore.
Yeah.
So the Copper Creek pool, you're using Geyser Point as your pool bar there.
Can't beat it.
I'm not sure. Is there a separate pool bar as well? I don't think so.
I believe both of the pools at Wilderness Lodge use Geyser Point as the pool bar.
Yeah. Well, definitely a great pool, and like we said before, how easy some of these are to get it. Wilderness Lodge is kind of like in a U shape, so there's tons of rooms that face the pool. It's pretty easy to get down there and go to the pool.
Yeah. The Wilderness Lodge is not a resort that's like Saratoga, where if one pool's crowded, you can go to the other one pretty quick. It's not. It's a very unique in that aspect, where there's two feature pools pretty close together.
We got a great slide, 0 entry, using Geyser Point as their pool bar.
We got to mention Geyser Point, so that's.
Oh, check that off the list. Everyone can mark that off their bingo card. Playing the ReedyGeeks drinking game.
Not that we condone that.
We said we didn't right?
Yeah, we didn't do a whole podcast segment about great bars. We definitely don't condone drinking at Disney World at all.
Calm down, Rover. I was only kidding.
JJ, why don't you tell us about number 3?
Okay, so number 3, we are going to head over to Grand Floridian and go to the beach pool and splash pad. This is a pool that really sneaks up on you. You don't realize that this is a pool that kind of has everything. It's got a cool waterfall. It's got 0 entry. It's got a great pool bar with food there. The food is supposedly very good. And then there's an Alice in Wonderland themed splash area. Multiple pools at the Grand Floridian as well, so it's not like kids are on top of you, even though you're in this cool themed pool. And then what I think might actually be the best part about this, it's called the beach pool, so it's on the lagoon, which means that you can watch the fireworks while you're in the pool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You can watch Happily Ever After in the pool. I am now realizing that I'm scared to stay at the Grand Floridian because I might like it too much. Because I already know that I like the food there, but I feel like that it's a little too fancy for me. And then I love what they did with the lobby. The lobby looks incredible now.
Yeah.
It looks a little less stuffy. It looks a little more fun.
But classy fun.
I'm a little scared I'm going to love Grand Floridian if I ever stay there. And this pool might be a reason why. It looks really cool.
I wonder if you can watch the Seven Seas Lagoon show, the light show.
Oh, you'd have to. I mean,
you have to be. Yeah, you have to be able to.
That would be cool. We should
add it to the corporate retreat itinerary.
We just keep on coming up with more things for our retreat. Yeah. That's great. And just so this is also a pool that's close to the wedding pavilion, the pool that's closer to the Polynesian.
Yes.
So if you're walking usually from the Polynesian to the Grand Floridian, this is the pool you pass.
Exactly. And you can see it from the monorail.
I was in the Enchanted Rose and I was sitting out on the patio. And I was out there for, I don't know, we were out there for 20 minutes maybe getting drinks. But there was this one little kid that there's the splash pad where every like 5 minutes or so, the bucket of water tips over.
The Mad Hatter
hat. This one little kid
getting
would
walloped.
just stand there, just getting absolutely taken out by this thing. He would just come back every 5 minutes and just stand there and just let it happen to him. It was so funny watching.
Amazing.
Him just coming back and coming back and coming back. So yeah, that's the memory I have of the beach pool. I never went to the pool, but I just kept watching this kid just get absolutely taken down by the Mad Hatter hat of water, and just absolutely loving it. Yeah,
that's awesome.
That is so cool.
All right, Sean, why don't you bring us to number 2?
I think a lot of people would probably call this the best pool at Walt Disney World. We don't agree, but that'd be Stormalong Bay at the Beach and Yacht Club. And I think for me personally, I have been into this pool one time, a little bit of sneaky pool hopping. It wasn't a long experience. I believe I went into this pool while we had a reservation for Beaches and Cream. And I think the one thing that is a little drawback for me for this pool is it's shared between 2 resorts. There's a lot of people at this pool, and it's a very unique pool because it is basically a mini water park. There's slides, there's a lazy river, there's splash pads, there's splash features, there's everything for anyone, small or large, to have fun in the pool. And it is a very popular pool, and it's a very high security pool. They're not really letting you pool hop too easily at this pool. But like I said, I think a lot of people would, if you surveyed, 100 people, I think at least 85 to 90 people would call this the best pool on Disney property. And I think it's worthy of that high praise. But I think the fact that how crowded it can get would be a huge turnoff for me.
Agreed. In a vacuum, this is the best pool in Disney World. If all these pools are empty and you get your choice of which one, I think everyone would pick Stormalong Bay. Oh, also Hurricane Hannah's, the bar that's there.
Yes.
So, of course, in a vacuum, this is maybe the best one. But in practice, in reality, it's just way too crowded there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a mini water park, right? Yeah. You got the lazy river, you have a great slide, you have the sand underneath your feet. There's in the same pool, there's the area for little kids, almost like, your own little splash pad, but it's like on an island, right? A sand island. It is definitely so cool. It's just too much of a draw for anyone who stays there has to utilize this pool in order to justify the prices that they're paying.
Right.
Yeah.
For the park.
It's an attraction in itself.
Right.
It's the reason why you get Beach Club or Yacht Club. You go,
yeah,
I'm going to book this. I'm going to be close to Epcot, and I'm also going to make sure that I pick a resort day. You're prioritizing the pool when you pick staying at one of these 2 resorts.
Yeah.
And that also means that everyone is also picking this for the pool. So everyone's at the pool.
You also need to rope drop this pool. You have to be there you have to be there when it opens and like wait online in order to get
your chairs.
Get chairs. God forbid you're a group of 4 or more. That's going to be very difficult. You have to plan ahead of time, like which direction you're going to run in. You know what I mean? In order to pick them. It is very competitive. You have to scan your magic bands with a cast member in order to get in, and then they have to show that you have a reservation. It's crazy. So that's obviously for me too. It's so funny. We all 3 of us had number 1 and number 2 as the same exact thing.
Lockstep.
And it's just, it locks up. Because like objectively, this pool is awesome. And this pool is objectively, I think, has the most features and the best features of any pool on property. It just can't be number 1 because of how absolutely crowded it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes what should be a relaxing resort day and turns it into a stressful, like another theme park day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's progress for you.
All right. So then I'm going to share with us our number 1. And I wonder how many of our listeners can guess what it is now that Stormalong Bay is
screaming out from the rooftop for the Surf's Up pool at All-Star Sports.
I was going to say, it's the California Grill.
Did you guys know there was a pool outside of the California Grill? It had great views, great aerial views.
Yeah,
it's not
on the roof.
It's on the roof there in a bathing suit.
There's a pool on the roof of the Contemporary.
If you're there in a bathing suit.
It's just a TV screen of President Nixon saying, "I'm not a crook" next to it.
The I'm not a crook lagoon.
No, so our final number 1 pool is the lava pool at the Polynesian Resort. And this is the original pool of the Polynesian. It's not the quiet expansion pool or the new pool at the Island Tower. This is the OG lava pool. It has a great rock feature with a built-in slide that you go, it's dark and you're going through the rocks.
Yeah, sliding through a volcano. Well, an inactive. It's like a lava slide now, right?
Right. Yes, exactly. It has a 0 entry. I think this was one of the first ones to have a 0 entry pool. I kind of remember this one before any other one. The views are amazing.
Yeah.
You are dead on looking at Magic Kingdom.
This is the one. The firework view is insane.
Yep. Yeah, for me, this is the perfect pool. For a big reason for that reason there, the view of the Magic Kingdom. The only thing that I can say is, because I've experienced it, being one of the people that they probably don't want, people crowd from all over the resort. They crowd around this area every night to watch the fireworks. If you're not in the park, you can come down to the Polynesian and go down to the beach and watch the fireworks. So it's not exactly a quiet area at night, but if you're out there in the pool, you got a nice beach chair, a drink, you had dinner at Ohana and you want to go out and for a late night swim and watch the fireworks, it's perfect. I don't think it's an overly crowded pool, because I think a lot of people that stay at the Polynesian are specifically there because they want to go to the Magic Kingdom. Mm-hmm. So during the day, I don't think it's an overly crowded pool, but I think the pool itself is big enough, and especially that whole area. There's a lot of games to play. The lava pool, almost like the extension onto that lawn, that little play area. Yep. It's a whole area for kids and for families. So, like, for me, that's all an extension of the pool area to play games, and the cast members have stuff going on. So this is I think the perfect pool on property. It's got a couple bars right there. There's a couple places you can get drinks if you wanna enjoy that. It's right off the lagoon.
I would like to say too that this might be one of my favorite pool bars. Leaping Horse at Boardwalk is a very good pool bar, but this pool bar is so nice. It's a bit smaller, but you are right by the docks with the boats, mm-hmm. and so it's quieter. It's a little off of the pool, and you can listen to like the the boats, hitting off the dock, and it's kind of like a really nice environment.
Yeah, and I think part of why this isn't quite as crowded as some of these other amazing feature pools, and why I actually in my notes put this is the Hannah Montana of pools. It's got the best of both worlds, where it has the crazy theme that kids want, but it's a little more private. It feels a little bit like that Grand Floridian beach pool that we spoke about earlier, but elevated, where it's dead center, better fireworks view, better everything. And I think even with what you're talking about, Polynesian's got great pools in other places. So people aren't rushing to come to this pool. There's a Moana splash pad area that's not part of this.
Right.
So little kids want to go play on the Moana splash pad by the new tower. It's kind of unique that it's not as crazy crowded as Stormalong Bay.
Yep. And if you wanted to get a Dole Whip with a little
pretty close
floater,
to a Dole Whip.
You're pretty close to a Dole Whip. Yeah.
And maybe you put your name down on the waiting list for Trader Sam's and you go enjoy a little swim.
Yeah. No one said you couldn't be wet going into Trader Sam's.
There's also that little bathroom right outside of it in case they give you a hard time.
Phrasing.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my God, phrasing.
Boys, watch your manners.
Yeah, if you can't say something nice.
Boys.
All right. So, JJ, do you want to take us from 8 to 1?
Sure, let's run down the whole list. At number 8, we have the Samawati Pool at Animal Kingdom's Kidani Village. We have the Fuentes de Moro at Caribbean Beach.
Perfectly said.
Then at number 6, we've got Doubloon Lagoon Pool at Port Orleans French Quarter. At number 5, High Rock Spring Pool at Saratoga Springs. At number 4, the Copper Creek Pool at Wilderness Lodge. At number 3, at Grand Floridian, we have the Beach Pool and Splash Pad. At number 2, Stormalong Bay for Yacht and Beach Club. And then at number 1, at the Polynesian, the Lava Pool. Congratulations to all. You served everyone fantastically, and if you book one of these resorts, I guarantee you that your preschooler is going to say that this is the best
that was
thing.
The best ride.
Yeah. The best attraction at Walt Disney World was the pool. Yeah. Well, thank you, JJ. Yeah. Lava Pool, number 1.
Lava Pool is number 1. All right, guys. So considering we did a very thorough MySpace top 8 for pools, do we got time for a little game?
Yeah,
I think we can hang around.
Cool. Okay, so it's a short one. We're gonna build our Mount RushMOUSE. So our 4 icons, the 4 most iconic things that we can think of. But this time we're gonna do it for Animal Kingdom. We each are gonna have our own, and we'll give our thoughts. And if you're listening and you disagree, you can let us know which one has the best Mount RushMOUSE of the 3 of us. And if we left anything out, let us know right on our Instagram post for the episode. Maybe we'll redact our statements, but we won't. Because I'm confident that mine's great. I love my Mount RushMOUSE.
I don't really like mine.
You can convince Andrew that his isn't that good.
Yeah.
But I'm confident in mine. You know what? I'll just start us off with the Mount RushMOUSE. I'll give you my 4. The first one is, I think, very obvious, and that's the Tree of Life. It's the first thing you see. It's the weenie. It pulls you in. It belongs up there. Congratulations. My next selection is going to be the iconic ride of this place, Kilimanjaro Safaris. Animal Kingdom. We're literally going into the Animal Kingdom. We're going on a safari. So that's another no-brainer to me. The next 2, maybe I'll start differing from people. Who knows, though? I have Expedition Everest. Again, another weenie. It draws you in. Incredible ride. I think it's an evergreen, standing the test of time kind of ride that'll be something that people will be maybe their first big roller coaster for years and years to come still. It's aging really well, and except for the Disco Yeti, but the rest of it is going really well. And then finally, to me, the most impressive thing at Pandora is the shaman animatronic on the Navi River journey. So congratulations, you're the last piece of my Mount RushMOUSE puzzle.
What other time did we talk about the shaman? Which episode was that? Was it the one where we did animatronics?
Top animatronics.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Maewa.
Yeah.
Is that cultural appropriation on a
of the shaman
against the Navi? Yeah.
We're just promoting Avatar: Fire and Ash coming to theaters.
Promo code
Yes.
ReedyGeeks when you buy your
19th.
tickets to Fire and Ash.
Wait, when is this? Might be out by the time. No, it'll be like a week before.
Yeah, this is still pre-Fire and Ash, so no spoilers on this episode.
No spoilers.
But maybe people are actually booking, their tickets right now. So
you can buy tickets already.
I have 2 bookings booked, 2 showings booked.
You're going twice already?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
How? That's proprietary.
Sean, what is your Mount RushMOUSE?
For Animal Kingdom, my selections, I cross paths a little bit with JJ. It's hard to not picture the Tree of Life when you think about Animal Kingdom. First thing you see, probably first and last thing you probably pay attention to on your day at Animal Kingdom. I also do have Expedition Everest,
Nice.
and it's interesting that what JJ said. It's almost like it's standing. It is a weenie. But it's standing the test of time. It's a ride that's been around. This was a day one Animal Kingdom ride.
No.
Opened in 2006, but
okay,
almost 20 years old now.
It's a 20-year-old ride that really feels like it's always fresh. Again, aside from the Disco Yeti, but the choice to not fix that is purposeful at this point. I think. I think it's a perfect ride. Again, it's for a ride that's 20 years old, it still commands a weight. I think it's the best use of. It might be the best use of single rider.
Yes. That
in Disney
Track.
World, yeah, because you can get on that ride 4 times in an hour. On the single rider, so it's a perfect ride to me. One of my favorite rides in Disney World. So Tree of Life and Expedition Everest certainly get the nod for me as well. A third for me, we're talking about Avatar, Pandora as a whole concept land. Both rides, all the restaurants, bars, all the scenery, the waterfall, which is funny because I just recently saw a TikTok that explains that the waterfall itself is actually not even water. It's just a really well done visual trick. It's just a something on a wheel that keeps rolling around that makes it really makes it look like flowing water.
Mm-hmm.
So just a very cool play on the eyes visual trick that Disney is just so well known for. So I think Pandora, I think with the future of the franchise, I think Pandora could get a little better. There could be, I don't know if I see a third ride, but maybe some more experiences. If they could find a way to have Navi people walking around somehow and make it a little more immersive. I think the sky is the limit for what they can do. But it is one of I knew it was good because the first time I visited it, I had not seen any of the movies and I loved it. So I think it's one of the better expansions Disney has done overall. So I think rather than saying Flight of Passage or Satuli Canteen or Navi River Journey it's just the whole land as a whole for me.
It's impressive. They did a great job. It's a little small. I hope one day they can expand it. I'm always looking for a new ride. Animal Kingdom needs rides. It'd be great to get a third ride in there, or a sit down restaurant or some kind of something. Give us some more. Give us some more Pandora because it is what they gave us is great.
And then last but not least, a well-traveled topic on this podcast, the winner of the Golden E-Ticket for Best Bar in Walt Disney World, and that would be the Nomad Lounge. I think deserves a crown on top of the best things at Animal Kingdom, and I think it's a worthy placeholder for a spot on that list.
For sure. There's nothing quite like getting a nice little break in the day there and getting getting a tempting tigress and an order of wings, or I had a salad with a steak from Tiffin's on top of it. It was amazing.
Ooh.
It was like off menu. They were just like, I think I just ordered off of Tiffin's menu. Oh, it was a salad with their filet on top. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, Andrew, let's hear yours. Round us out, and this way we can let the people decide whose is best.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you where I was coming from in my my thought process here. I was going back to the original concept of Animal Kingdom, where you had animals. Yes, right. But animals of today, of tomorrow, and of fantasy, right? So, the animal of today on my Mount Rushmore, I'm putting the safari. So, JJ, you did the safari. I'm gonna steal that from you too, and I'm doing the safari because without the safari, what are we doing in Animal Kingdom, right?
Agreed.
Yeah. I don't know how you put that actually onto the mountain. Is it a map of the safari? Is it just a truck? But
maybe it's the truck of the poachers that we don't that they don't use anymore.
Yeah. Was it a Big Red?
Yeah, Big Red and Little Red. Yeah,
Big Red, Little Red. My next item on my Mount RushMOUSE is going to be the animals of the past, and that's going to be the dinosaur ride. So I'm putting the dinosaur ride, maybe the logo on the mountain, but R.I.P. dinosaur. It hasn't left yet, but it's almost going to be gone.
It's a great ride, and Dr. Grant Seeker thanks you.
Yes. Next, we have animals of fantasy, and I'm not putting just Pandora on there. I'm going to actually pick a specific part of it, and I think just the Hanging Mountains are so iconic, and the fact that learning about how they built them is incredible. How they figured out how to make it look like that they're literally just up in the air.
It looks fake. It's incredible.
Yeah. So we got the safari, dinosaur, Hanging Mountains. That kind of closes out what the original concept of Animal Kingdom. And I'm adding a fourth concept, and this is what Joe Rohde brought to us, is just constant immersion, right? So this park was more immersive than any other park Disney had done prior. And to me, the most immersive part is in Africa. And in Africa, you really feel like you're there with the entertainment and the sounds. The
Harambe market and this. It's all, yes.
Exactly. So I'm picking my favorite part of Africa, and that's the Dawa bar. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah. I do love that outside bar. It's really cool.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. And it's not very, it looks unique to not like a bar that you would find normally. I don't want to say in America or at a theme park, but it looks very unique, right? And so I think it plays the part really well and really makes you feel immersive.
As featured on ABC's Blackish.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep.
Okay, let's each run down our four in succession. I'll start off because I went first, so everyone's probably forgotten now about how much better mine is than everybody else's. I went with the Tree of Life, Kilimanjaro Safaris, Expedition Everest, and the Shaman from Navi River Journey. Sean?
I went with the Tree of Life as well, Expedition Everest as well. I went with the entire land of Pandora as a whole, and the Golden E-Ticket winner for Best Bar in Walt Disney World, the Nomad Lounge.
Okay, and round it out, Andrew.
I went the Safari, the Dinosaur Ride, the Hanging Mountains in Pandora, and the Dawa Bar in Africa.
Nice. I don't think there's any real losers except for both of you.
Of course.
But I always love doing the Mount RushMOUSE. It's it's fun to get a little different perspective on all this.
Very good. All right. Well, Sean, want to take us out?
Thanks for listening to another episode of the ReedyGeeks podcast. Like, rate, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Any questions, comments, concerns, future titles, or topic ideas, email us at reedygeeks@gmail.com and visit us on all our socials at ReedyGeeks. We'll see you next time. How long could we really talk about pools for?
This week's Honest Send-Off comes courtesy of Reedy Geek Sean. If you have an honest send-off that you want played at the end of one of our episodes, please submit an audio clip to us via our email address, reedygeeks@gmail.com. Reedy Geeks, a Walt Disney World podcast, is hosted and executive produced by Andrew Shopey, Sean Murphy, and JJ Hefner. Music and audio engineering by JJ Hefner.
Bon voyage!